The team's less annoyed with me now that I've chilled out. Things with us are downright rad. For the first time in my whole miserable life, I'm kind of in a good place.
As Season 3 wraps up, I want to talk about my favorite side character from the show Invincible and his amazing character arc throughout the first 3 seasons. Rex Sloane, often known as Rex Splode, has such a redemption throughout the first 3 seasons of the show, and I was absolutely so here for it the entire time. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. There will be major Invincible spoilers for the show going forward, so you've been warned. When we're first introduced to Rex, many people, including myself, wrote him off as an asshole character who doesn't contribute much to the story at all. And for the majority of this first season, and the first half of the second season, he really is just that. A shallow asshole character who doesn't know how to have a real relationship without cheating or being a jerk. Rex is a funny character, regardless of how he treated others. He has always had some small, funny quips, and that's where people wrote his character off at. We see some aspects of the real Rex coming out in his heroing and his genuine hurt when Kate didn't want to continue their relationship, plus when he did try to apologize to Eve after cheating, and genuinely worrying about her and the rest of the country during Omni-Man's attack. However, Rex did a lot worse actions than he did good, or at least he was an asshole when he was doing these good actions, so it doesn't really even out enough. Rex tries to be a better person at the beginning of Season 2, and we can first realize it when he meets Bulletproof, who just straight up tells him that he knows the type of person that he is, and to be better. But Rex softly says,
I was trying to be better.
Rex's actual redemption arc really starts off at about Season 2, Episode 6, when half of the Guardians of the Globe go on a Mars mission. Rex is left as the leader of the remaining Guardians. This consisted of Rex Splode, Shrinking Ray, and Duplicate. While the other Guardians were away, the Lizard League attacks a military base, and the remaining 3 do all their duties to try and protect the soldiers and fight off the Lizard League. This is one of the most brutal fights in the show thus far, and it leaves the audience with the belief that 3 of the Guardians are dead at the end of this episode. And the next episode starts off right where we left off. Shrinking Ray is presumed dead inside of Komodo Dragon. Duplicate is definitely dead, or at least we thought. Later it was revealed that she wasn't actually killed. And Rex was just shot in the brain. However, Rex stands up after he gets shot. Missing a hand, he beats the hell out of King Lizard. He jokes to the GDA agents, who show up and are taken aback by his wounds, that he's invincible, and collapses. Rex wakes up in the hospital in New Man. He's still injured, his wounds slowly healing. He sits back in his hospital bed and thinks about the moment just before he was shot. He was a cheater. On Eve, on Kate, to everyone who's ever given a damn about him. He's been an asshole. Rex truly thought he was going to die. He thought he was going to just die an asshole, just the way that he lived. And that's where we really see his true redemption start to shine. Rex is often visited in the hospital by Mark and Eve, both of them checking in on him because despite his actions, he's still one of their friends. Rex explains to Mark how he realized his mistakes, how his life truly flashed before his eyes, and how he was just an asshole to everyone in his life, and how he needed to change.
And I didn't like what I saw. I was such a dick to Kate. To Eve, too. To every woman I've ever dated. None of them deserved it. I don't know why I had to get my brains blown out to see that.
By the next episode, Rex has made his escape from the hospital. He has a new hand, and now his body is practically back together, but his mind is broken. But he's Rex Splode. He doesn't get to sit around and feel sorry for himself. People are counting on Rex, and he's counting on himself. Invincible shows up to Rex actively trying to be a hero. Before, Rex would have cared most about himself living. He wouldn't have run into danger to fight a villain by himself. He would have run away. He would have said, "Me living is what matters." He's literally said that before. But now he is, and he explains to Mark,
"Dude, please, I need this."
Mark understands. He tells Cecil that he won't bring Rex in just yet. He knows that he needs to let him prove it to himself. This builds a great bond between the two of them, now becoming maybe one of the best duos in this show. When we get to Season 3, we see this change is much more dramatically inclined than we saw before in Rex's behavior. He's becoming someone who's more aware of his actions around people, and he's actively catching himself when he's about to say something rude, and then he corrects his behavior. even if he's sarcastic about it sometimes. Rex goes against his orders from Cecil to help Mark. He hasn't always been the type to follow orders, but he would have rather kept himself out of harm's way before. Not this time. Not when his friends are being hurt. Though Rex didn't think it through all the way, he really tried to help Mark and save him from Cecil despite knowing how powerful Cecil really is. Governmentally speaking, that is. Rex also just goes against the Immortals' orders entirely. He actively splits up the Guardians because he doesn't agree with what they're doing to fight against all of these threats, and that he can't work for someone like Cecil if they're going to actively hurt one of his best friends. As this other set of Guardians is moving into the old team hideout, Ray is an important part of his character growth throughout this season. Rex offers his room to Ray after it's cleaned up because he knew that she would have wanted a room with a window view. This is important because it shows us two different sides of him. His old self he's outgrown so much that he realizes how much of a slob he used to be, and the new side of him that offers to clean it all up for her. Before the two of them became an official couple, they go on a small shopping date because Ray wanted to cook and eat a real homemade dinner, but they were interrupted with an attack. After this, Rex makes a homemade dinner for Ray, and they have a small dinner date. Though Rex didn't really know how to cook before that night, he learned to give Ray a special night and help her feel normal. Ray also comes to the realization that she wants a real life. She no longer wants to be part of this super world. She wants to be a real person. She doesn't want to continue risking her life in its entirety and never get to live it herself. Rex's reaction to this is ultimately acceptance. He wants her to live her life, and he even helps her move out of the team space and into a real apartment. But he explains that he was a nobody before. That he was a nobody before he became a hero, and he's never really moved past that. If he's not a hero, if he's not saving people, he's a nobody in his eyes.
Rex Splode isn't some secret identity. It is my identity. It's all I've got, all I've ever had. If I give that up, I won't have anything left.
What we can learn from Rex is that it's never too late to redeem yourself, to turn over a new leaf. You can do wrong and still find a new reason to live. Redemption is a funny word, where it means to save or to be saved from sin, error, or evil. Now, I would not say that Rex was ever evil, but he was an asshole to so many people in his life, and he needed more than one chance to do right by his mistakes. And he did end up making up for them. Even if it ended in one of the most horrible ways, he served his redemption. Rex's redemption was not like the other big sacrifice redemptions that are so common in today's media. His redemption was built up over 3 seasons, and he was redeemed. His sacrifice came after that.
Are you happy, Rex?
Am I happy? What does that even mean?
Are you happy almost dying over and over again so other people can live the lives we never get?
I don't get to be happy. That's just the way it is.
You deserve better.
And with that, I thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. You can check out my other socials and support me elsewhere. I thank you all for watching. Bye now.